These are my note cards.
Yeah.
Alright, good morning Marines. My name is Sergeant Mason. I'm your 2nd Tank Battalion Career Planner. Also currently covering down for 2nd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion and 2nd Combat Engineer Battalion while their career planners are deployed. I'm standing in front of you today to give you a speech. I'm taking an online speech class through Columbia College out of Missouri. And today's speech, I have to try and persuade you to do something. So what I'm going to try and persuade you to do is take college courses while you're active duty. I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of taking military tuition assistance education while you're active duty before you get out. And I'm going to do that by covering 3 main points. 1, it looks good for promotion. 2, it expands your knowledge. And 3, sets you up for success after the Marine Corps. So first, I'm going to talk about my first key point, which is it looks good for promotion. If you take college courses while you're active duty for corporals and below, it adds you points in your cutting score. So naturally, that's going to increase your pros and cons, and your education page is going to look a lot better when it comes to meritorious promotion boards. And combine that points on your cutting score with points you may get for re-enlisting or completing your MCIs, you're sure to get promoted. You can get up to 100 points for taking college courses. For sergeants and above, it's going to look good on a fit rep. It's a quick way to a commendatory fit rep, whoever your RO is. My second point is that taking college courses expands your knowledge. Knowledge is wealth. I mean, I know that when I talk to a superior, whether it's a staff NCO or an officer, I like to sound smart. I like to piss them off a little bit by sounding smarter than they do. And I also know that if I sound smart, they have a tendency to listen to me more. And they just kind of take my word for it, or whatever I say. So that's one benefit that I see. If you can exude intelligence, people are just going to think you're a smart person and lean towards listening to you as opposed to maybe another one of your peers. Improving your knowledge constantly improves your leadership. And being Marines, we're always trying to improve our leadership, taking care of our junior Marines, and so forth. And also, it's going to make your reputation a little better. My third point is that taking college courses while you're active duty is going to set you up for success when you're out of the military. The job market right now is really scary. So a lot of people are even afraid to get out of the military. You can't blame them. The value of a degree is, you can't put a price on it. The cost of living versus your annual salary outside of the military is completely different than what you're making right now. What you make right now, you can't even compare to outside of the military because you get paid for housing. Outside of the military, you don't. You're getting a food allowance. Outside of the military, you don't. So even though your salary may be more than you make in the military, you have a lot more obligations to spend that money on. And finally, when you're talking about getting out of the military, you got to keep in mind that something may happen in your life to where you're forced out prior to your actual plan, such as a disaster at home or a family emergency, or you get injured yourself and you're unable to re-enlist. Just all things to keep in mind, and jump on that tuition assistance now. To conclude my speech, I just want to talk to you about tuition assistance and how it may go down. Right now, tuition assistance through the military covers 100% of your tuition. So the only thing you're paying for is books. It's a great deal. Take advantage of it while you can. There are talks that the government, with all of its cutbacks, tuition assistance may go down to 75%. So I mean, you add that up, that's a couple $100 every quarter. My quarters are 8 weeks, so you figure that out. That's over $1,000 a year for me if tuition assistance goes from 100% down to 75%. So finally, before I conclude my speech, if I could just ask my cameraman to pan around, show my audience of 5. All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Marines. My name is Sergeant Mason. I'm your 2nd Tank Battalion Career Planner.